What's going on, WWE fans? You're watching The Ring Report, where the wrestling never stops. Subscribe, hit the bell, and let's break it down. The tension inside the Bloodline has hit a breaking point on Monday Night Raw. Backstage, emotions ran wild as Jimmy Uso confronted his brother Jey Uso face-to-face. What started as a heated argument quickly turned into a war of words filled with betrayal and brotherly pain. With accusations flying and trust shattered, the once unbreakable Uso bond is cracking under the pressure. The Bloodline's family feud has officially reignited, and it's getting personal. Backstage confrontation. Brothers collide. Once again, it all went down backstage during Monday Night Raw. The tension had been brewing for weeks, but tonight, the emotional dam finally broke. Cameras caught Jey Uso walking through the hallway, calm and collected after his in-ring segment. But before he could make it out of the arena tunnel, his brother Jimmy Uso stepped into frame, blocking his path. You could feel the air change instantly. The usual playful brotherly vibe was gone, replaced by anger, confusion, and heartbreak. Jimmy's expression said it all. This wasn't going to be a friendly conversation. With his jaw clenched and his voice steady but sharp, Jimmy demanded answers. "You got a minute?" he asked, though it wasn't really a question. Jey turned, looking both surprised and guarded. What followed was a raw. Jimmy's pain. "Do you even care about me anymore?" Jimmy didn't waste time sugarcoating anything. He immediately reminded Jey that just last week, he saved him, not once but twice, during their chaotic tag match. He kept his brother from getting blindsided, from getting pinned, from getting embarrassed in front of the world. But what did Jey do in return? He eliminated Jimmy without hesitation in the very same match. Jimmy's voice cracked slightly, a mix of frustration and disbelief. "I had your back, Uso," he said. "Twice. I made sure you didn't fall. But you didn't even blink when you tossed me out. You didn't save me, you saved yourself." The words hit hard, not just for Jey, but for every fan watching. Because behind all the bravado, there was a simple truth. Jimmy wasn't angry because of competition. He was hurt because of betrayal. These weren't just tag team partners or faction allies. These were twin brothers whose bond had been tested for over a decade now. Jimmy fires back. "You pulled the trigger too early." Jimmy shook his head, pacing back and forth before turning back toward Jey. He wasn't having it. "Nah, don't give me that," Jimmy snapped. "This was supposed to come down to us, remember? You and me, the final two. Then it's every man for himself. But you didn't even let it get there. You pulled the trigger early, bro." That line hit like a punch to the gut. For weeks, fans have speculated about when these two brothers would finally clash one-on-one. Jimmy's frustration made it clear. He wanted that moment to be special. He wanted it to mean something. But Jey took it away from him before it could happen. And then came Jimmy's final shot, the line that summed up the entire rivalry in one sentence. "You did it for yourself. But if it really came down to us, you wouldn't be so scared to find out who's better." The camera zoomed in on Jey's face, and for the first time in a long while, the Bloodline fractures. Further, every week, the cracks in the Bloodline grow wider. What started as Roman Reigns' empire of dominance has now splintered into chaos. Solo Sikoa has carved his own path, Jey is chasing championship gold, and Jimmy is left trying to hold on to the meaning of family. The backstage tension tonight wasn't just about one match. It was about everything that's happened since Roman's absence. Without the tribal chief's leadership, the Bloodline has lost its direction, and the Uso brothers, once the heart of that dynasty, are now its most painful casualty. WWE fans can feel it. This isn't just another sibling spat. This is the beginning of the end for what was once the most powerful family in wrestling. The WWE Universe reacts, split between two brothers. The moment the segment aired, social media went into overdrive. Fans around the world are split. Half are backing Jey, praising him for taking charge of his own destiny. The other half are siding with Jimmy, arguing that Jey's ambition has blinded him to what really matters: family. Wrestling forums, TikTok edits, and Twitter threads are flooded with discussions about what's next for the Uso twins. Some fans believe this tension could lead to a WrestleMania showdown, Uso versus Uso, brother versus brother, with the entire Bloodline legacy hanging in the balance. Others think Jimmy might still forgive Jey, leading to an emotional reunion before the next big faction war. The bigger picture. From loyalty to legacy. What makes this saga so powerful is how deeply it connects to the Bloodline's long-term storytelling. For years, Roman Reigns manipulated his family under the guise of loyalty and dominance. Jimmy and Jey both served the tribal chief's vision, sacrificing their individuality for the sake of the Bloodline's glory. But now, with Roman's influence fading and Solo asserting himself, both brothers are finally free to face who they really are. Jey's rise as a singles star has been remarkable. He's gone from the shadow of Roman to the main event spotlight on his own merit. Jimmy, on the other hand, has struggled to find his footing. Closing thoughts. Brotherhood. Torn apart. As Raw went off the air, the camera lingered on Jey Uso's face. You could see the storm behind his eyes. A man torn between ambition and love, pride and pain. Jimmy walked away first, shaking his head, muttering, "You changed, Use," under his breath. Jey didn't follow. He stood still, staring into the distance, knowing that whatever comes next, there's no turning back. The Bloodline may have started as a symbol of unity, but now it's a battlefield where family bonds are tested to their breaking point.